Welcome back to the Produce Food Safety Training. We have just finished covering the safety concerns during crop production and pre-harvest, and now we'll address the post-harvest agricultural practices. Post-harvest processing starts at the point when produce is harvested from the field. The objective of this portion of the training is to help you understand the various risks associated with post-harvest handling and action steps that can be taken to resolve the various risks. A farm-to-fork food safety approach means the products are monitored from the farm all the way through to the point it reaches the consumer. Post-harvest includes cleaning the produce to remove any initial hazards that developed in the field, sorting the produce accordingly, and packaging the produce. It also includes storing it under the right climatic conditions to maintain high quality and safety levels, and finally transportation and distribution to its destination. During the post-harvest segment, there are 5 main areas of concern related to the safety of food during post-harvest processes. These physical, chemical, and biological hazards are field harvesting steps and harvesting equipment, sanitation of the facility where the produce is cleaned and packed, methods and practices implemented for waste removal, storage and transportation of the produce, and record keeping to verify acceptable post-harvest practices. When harvesting in the field, if possible, keep the harvesting bins off the ground. These containers must be food-grade quality to protect the integrity of the product. When bins come in contact with the ground, they can pick up harmful microorganisms found naturally in the soil, in addition to any potential fecal matter from wildlife or birds. Once the produce has been harvested and transported, clean the harvesting bins after every use. This will remove any dirt or debris that is collected while harvesting and remove any microorganisms that may be present from rotting or spoiled produce that was previously harvested. Cleaning procedures will vary depending on the item. Some produce can be brushed, like squash, whereas others may simply be taken to the market as harvested, like strawberries. Other products may require 1 or 2 washings. When rinsing the produce with potable water, the water should be no more than 10 degrees warmer than the produce item. Do not wash berries such as strawberries, raspberries, blackberries, and blueberries. Another post-harvest concern is the sanitation of the location where the produce is taken after harvest for cleaning and packing. Cleaning means the product is free of any visible soil or other materials, while sanitation means there is a reduction of harmful microorganisms to low enough levels to which they cannot cause harm. When harvesting, make sure to take each step into consideration: culling of defective products, use of clean and sanitary totes, removal of physical soil, and a second sanitizing wash if appropriate. Make sure the equipment and all work surfaces that come in contact with the produce are clean and sanitized. Cleaning and sanitizing will reduce the chance of cross-contamination from equipment to the final product. Some spoilage and rotting is common when harvesting produce. When spoiled crops are found in the field, dispose of it in a compost pile or designated location away from the field. If waste is removed appropriately, bacterial and mold growth will not be able to spread to the healthy produce, and other physical waste materials will be unable to contaminate the growing fruits and vegetables. Wastewater is another aspect of disposal that needs to be addressed. When disposing of wastewater, move the water away from the washing and packing areas to keep a sanitary working environment. Once the produce is harvested and thoroughly cleansed with safe water, it must be stored appropriately. Improper storage will increase microbial growth on the produce. For inventory and product quality control, it is best to practice the first in, first out system. Following first in, first out will reduce the likelihood of spoilage and microbial growth. The storage area should be at the proper temperature and humidity for the specific produce item. Maintain records and monitor the temperature and humidity frequently to ensure that appropriate environmental conditions are met. Nothing should be stored on the floor due to contamination risks. Storage temperature has a significant impact on microbial growth and survival on produce. Some products must be stored at refrigeration temperatures. When these products are stored at higher, undesirable temperatures, the microbial population increase is favored. Refrigeration temperature is dependent on the specific produce item. The storage facility must be pest-free. A well-ventilated area for storage is also required to allow proper airflow in and out of the storage location. Do not store any produce near household chemicals to avoid accidental contamination. The next step of post-harvest handling is produce transportation. Our primary concern in transportation is from the field into the processing facility. When transporting the produce, keep it well covered to avoid contamination from debris or fecal contamination from birds. It is extremely important to always keep record of the produce that leaves the farm. The documentation should include where the produce was grown and harvested, the name of the harvester, and the amount of the product that was distributed, and where it went. These actions enable you to have complete records for traceability. The more controls you have implemented, the less chance of allowing a contaminated batch of produce from leaving the farm. Please pause or stop the training video.